there. Is this Jenna, Chris's wife? Chris? You mean Christopher? Duh, who else would I be talking about? Right. And who is this? Oh, me? I'm Chris's girlfriend. His what? Girlfriend, sweetie. And surprise, I'm pregnant with Chris's baby. You're pregnant? Yep, just entered my 3rd month. So, yeah, time to file for divorce, okay? Excuse me? You can't just... Oh, no worries. I made things easier for you. Left the divorce papers in your shared folder. Chris said you two keep one. I already filled out my side. All you had to do is sign and take it to City Hall. Chop, chop. Anyway, bye. Chris?
Ugh. Oh, it's you. Didn't I literally tell you to stop messaging me during work hours? You're seriously interrupting again? God, you're annoying.
I just got a message from someone named Mackenzie. She seemed like, well, not the sharpest tool in the shed, but she somehow had my phone number. Did you give it to her?
Wait, Mackenzie texted you?
So I take it that was not a joint decision. Well, you might want to know she told me she's pregnant with your child and that she wants me to file for divorce. She's already filled out her half of the paperwork, apparently.
Damn! So she finally said it!
Finally said it? That's what you have to say? Chris, what the hell is going on? I'm sitting here pregnant with your baby, and now I find out some other woman is pregnant too? What kind of twisted soap opera nonsense is this?
Well, I mean, we did the thing. She got pregnant. That's how that happens, right?
Unbelievable. That's your response? Not even a shred of remorse or shame? Let me be clear. I am not just going off her word. I wanted to hear from you directly. But your reaction tells me everything. So it's true. You cheated. While I was at home carrying your child, dealing with the nausea and pain and hormonal chaos, you were busy knocking someone else up.
Okay, fine. Can we not do this right now? I got a meeting in 10 minutes. I'll explain everything when I get home, all right?
You always say that. I'll explain everything later. And then later never comes. You're always too busy, too tired, too distracted. Hey, Jenna. So, the divorce papers must have arrived by now, right? You've already submitted them to the city office, yeah? Because that means I can finally marry Chris. I just picked up the envelope from our mailbox. I haven't even opened it yet. Wait, what? Don't tease me like that. Jeez, no wonder your husband cheated. You're so inconsiderate. It's people like you that make pregnancy even harder. Anyway, I am pregnant with Chris's baby, so it's obvious I'm a better woman than you. It's literally confirmed at this point. Interesting, considering I'm pregnant as well. What? Yes, I'm pregnant with Chris's child, just like you. Though from your reaction, it seems he hasn't told you that. Now things are rather complicated, don't you think? Wait, are you seriously thinking about keeping the baby? I have every right to. But let me be clear, I have no intention of staying married to a man who cheats while his wife is carrying their child. So yes, I am open to a divorce. Well then great, file it already. Get it done, go submit those papers. Mackenzie, may I ask how old you are? Why do you care? Your writing gives off the impression of someone quite young. I'm simply curious. I'm 20. Why? Well, that makes sense. You're still at the age where you think declarations of love over text and babies make everything better. Aren't you like 30 or something? Getting pregnant at that age, that's kind of rough, don't you think? Not really. It's quite common these days, especially among women who have stable careers, marriages, and actual plans. Still, don't you think Chris would be happier having a child with someone young and cute like me, rather than some aging wife? Let's not pretend your appearance is the central issue here. This isn't a beauty contest. And if it were, your personality would disqualify you. Huh? Your age doesn't exempt you from the consequences of what you've done. I hope you understand that. What do you mean, consequences? The divorce papers won't be submitted until certain matters are resolved. Wait, what? You're not submitting them today? But I need this done. My lease ends next week. Come on. That's your problem, not mine. This isn't fair. You have to divorce him. Don't raise your voice at me. You clearly don't understand how marriage works. Two people legally bound by law can't just break up because a third party demands it. Especially not when children, two of them now, are involved. So what, you're just gonna hang on to him out of spite? Not at all. I simply want what's legally and morally due to me and my child. Since you were kind enough to tell me Chris impregnated both of us, I'll be making some requests. What kind of requests? Starting with child support. Raising a child isn't cheap. I'll be calculating a fair monthly amount based on Chris's income, unless you'd prefer we go straight to court. How much? Let's see. For child support alone, probably somewhere between $50,000 to $60,000 over the first several years. And in emotional damages, the infidelity and breach of marital trust, well, the total claim could rise to $100,000 easily, especially if I include you as a party in the adultery lawsuit. $100,000? Are you insane? Welcome to the real world, dear. That's what sleeping with a married man can cost. This isn't what I signed up for. I thought... You thought what? That he'd leave me with a smile? That I'd just step aside? Chris is from a rich family. He's part of the CEO's family. He can pay all that easy. You really think Chris has access to that kind of money? Don't you know what your own husband's salary is? God, that's so embarrassing. Mackenzie, from now on, all communication will go through my attorney. Wait, what? I've tolerated enough for one day. Normally I'd be more than capable of handling this myself, but I'm also pregnant. And talking to someone like you, let's just say I can feel my blood pressure rising, so I'm handing it over to a professional. Oh. Goodbye. And do yourself a favor. Get a lawyer. You're going to need one. Chris, when exactly are you coming home? You do realize that avoiding a divorce conversation doesn't make it go away, right?
Oh, come on. We've already decided on the divorce. Just go file the damn papers already. I'll pay the damn alimony. You can even decide the amount. Cool?
Is that so? Then let me remind you, I'm still carrying your child.
Wait, what?
That's right. And when you factor in child support alongside alimony, we're looking at around $100,000.
Whatever. Totally worth it if I get to marry Mackenzie. She's young, she's hot, and most importantly, not a bitter hag like you.
I see. You're at Mackenzie's place right now, aren't you?
Damn right I am. I'd rather stare at her sweet little face than your bitter one any day of the week. You're past your expiration date. So do us all a favor and get out of that house already. It's mine now.
Sure. Then I'll be taking the furniture and appliances with me.
Are you serious right now? All that stuff belongs to me. I paid for everything. You so much as take a lamp and I'll have you arrested for theft. Got it?
Interesting. Because I distinctly remember paying for all of it out of my pocket.
Say what now?
After we got married, I suggested we go pick out furniture together. You said, and I quote, "I don't get this stuff. Just buy whatever and put it on your card." You told me you'd reimburse me. Still waiting on that, by the way.
I did say that, didn't I?
Lucky for me, everything was bought using my credit card. So yes, I have a detailed, itemized purchase history. Very useful in divorce proceedings.
Okay, how much are we talking?
Around $12,000 in total.
What? 12 grand on furniture?
Well, you were the one who said no one from a CEO family should be using cheap furniture. And let's not forget, the only item you insisted on buying yourself was that $5,000 massage chair.
Wait, that thing was 5 grand?
You picked it, you lounged in it, you even called it your throne, and now it's part of the bill.
Okay, so what now?
If you want me to leave everything behind, that's fine. Just pay what you owe.
Fine. 12 grand for the furniture plus the 100 grand for alimony and support. I'll pay the full $112,000. One lump sum. You happy now?
Excellent. I'll consider that a formal agreement.
Yeah, whatever. It's a big number, sure, but I can handle it. Besides, think of it as an investment in my future with Mackenzie. You know, hot girl, new baby, fresh start. You were just the first draft.
Good to know where I stand. I'll be out of the house first thing tomorrow morning.
Cool! Then Mackenzie and I will move in tomorrow afternoon. Told you this was gonna be easy.
Mackenzie already knows this, but I'll reiterate. From here on out, any communication goes through my attorney.
All right, Miss Formal Pants. Tell your attorney to expect my check soon.
I will. Enjoy your new beginning. Just remember, when things fall apart, you built them on lies.
Hey, Jenna! Answer me, damn it! What the hell is going on?
I told you before, didn't I? If you have anything to say, go through my attorney.
Screw that! You're gonna tell me! Why the hell did I get fired today?
Isn't it obvious? You tried to charge your alimony and child support payments as company expenses. It may not have gone through, but asking the accounting department to handle that transfer was, well, an incredibly stupid move.
That's my future company! I can use the money however I damn well please!
Excuse me? Your future company? Well, that's news to me.
Don't act dumb! I married the CEO's daughter! That makes me the next in line for the job!
Chris, you seriously believed that nonsense?
Wait, what?
I went on maternity leave. I didn't resign. And even if I had, our company doesn't operate on fairy tales like marry the boss's daughter and inherit the throne. We're a merit-based company.
But I thought...
You thought wrong. Even if you were a candidate for the role, do you really think you'd still be after cheating on your pregnant wife and knocking up a 20-year-old girl?
Okay. Look, I've been thinking maybe this whole divorce thing is a bit premature.
Is that so?
Yeah, I mean, think about the kids, Jenna. They deserve to grow up with both parents, right?
Interesting. You weren't thinking about that when you signed away your parental rights to our child, were you?
Wait, what?
Signed a waiver, Chris. You said you wanted nothing to do with my child because you were starting fresh with Mackenzie. Remember?
Well, yeah, but things are different now.
No, they're not. You just finally realized that you've got nothing left.
Look, I'm willing to stay married, okay? Let's just call it off, pretend none of this happened.
It's too late for that. I already filed the divorce papers.
You what?
Filed and finalized. We're no longer married. Congratulations, you're now legally just a guy who cheated on his pregnant wife with a 20-year-old intern.
Jenna, come on, please. I messed up, okay?
Yes, you did. And now you're living the consequences. You lost your job, your marriage, your reputation, and soon, a sizable chunk of your bank account.
But Mackenzie, she's still here for me. She loves me.
You mean the same Mackenzie who called me in tears yesterday after realizing you lied about being separated?
She called you?
Yes. Apparently she's not so keen on playing stepmom to 2 kids from 2 different women, especially after she realized you're broke.
No. She said she was different. She promised.
People say a lot of things, Chris. You should know that better than anyone.
Jenna, please, don't leave me like this. Can't we at least talk face to face?
Why? So you can cry your way back into a home you gave up?
I didn't mean for it to go this far.
But it did. And now you have no job, no home, and no one left willing to clean up your messes.
You don't mean that.
I do. You're no longer my problem.
So what, you just get to walk away clean?
I was clean. You're the one who dragged this marriage through the dirt.
Please, don't go.
You already said goodbye, Chris. You just didn't know it at the time.
Then what am I supposed to do?
I suggest you figure that out. Because for the first time, Chris, you're on your own. Goodbye, Chris. Enjoy your new life. I'll enjoy mine. Without you. A few days later, I heard that Chris had shown up at my parents' house, probably expecting to confront me there, but that was well within my expectations. I had already taken the precaution of relocating to my uncle and aunt's house, which is a bit farther away, in a quiet town where Chris wouldn't think to look. I didn't want another confrontation, not after everything he had already done, not after the emotional wreckage he'd caused. Apparently, when Chris barged into my family home, all puffed up with frustration and fake desperation, my father stood his ground and listened to whatever nonsense he tried to spin.
From what Dad told me later, Chris had managed to scrape together the $120,000 he owed by borrowing money from multiple sources. Friends, sketchy lenders, maybe even distant relatives who didn't know better. He was desperate, trying to clean up the mess he'd made, or at least patch it over with money. But life wasn't about to make that easy for him. Just when he thought he'd finally done the right thing by paying me off, Mackenzie, yes, the very woman he'd had an affair with, dropped a bombshell. She told him that the child she was carrying wasn't his. The father was someone else entirely, a man she had apparently been seeing behind Chris's back. And with that confession, she packed up her things and went back to her own family's home without looking back. Chris, in his dramatic fashion, returned to my parents' house and practically threw himself on the floor, sobbing and saying things like, "The only child I ever truly have is the one I could have had with Jenna." According to my father, he couldn't stand the pathetic display. He said Chris's tear-streaked, self-pitying face was so revolting that he physically pushed him out of the house, told him to get lost, and slammed the door in his face. That should have been the end of it. It should have been the last I heard of him. But of course, Chris wasn't done self-destructing just yet. With nowhere else to go and all bridges thoroughly burned, Chris did the unthinkable. He went back to Mackenzie. Despite everything she had done, despite lying to him and breaking whatever fragile trust had once existed between them, he clung to her like a drowning man to driftwood. He was so emotionally bankrupt, and literally bankrupt too, that he tried to guilt her into staying with him. He reportedly told her, "Give me back the money I had to pay Jenna, or marry me and we'll get through this together." Inexplicably, whether out of guilt, desperation, or sheer apathy, Mackenzie agreed. They got married shortly after, quietly and without fanfare, without even informing most of their friends or family. And from that moment on, their lives became a living nightmare. The two of them now share a tiny apartment in a low-rent part of town, constantly dodging calls from creditors and collectors. The furniture is mismatched and secondhand. Their meals mostly consist of cheap convenience store leftovers, and the air between them is thick with resentment. Every time Chris tries to assert control or reminisce about the life he could have had with me, Mackenzie reportedly shuts him down. Their arguments are frequent and brutal. Neighbors hear them through the walls. Neither of them is happy. Neither of them is stable. The poetic justice isn't lost on me. Chris, who once stood so confidently by Mackenzie's side thinking he'd traded up, who tried to act like he was the one winning while I was just the abandoned wife, he now finds himself shackled to the very woman who played him like a fiddle. And that proud, smirking face of his has been replaced by hollow eyes and permanent exhaustion. Meanwhile, I've never felt lighter. After receiving the compensation I was owed, I returned to the man who truly loved me, who had never betrayed me or made me feel like I had to prove my worth. Being back with him felt like returning to solid ground after drifting for too long in stormy waters. We started rebuilding our life together from a place of honesty, of mutual respect. There were no more secrets, no more lies, just the two of us, finally free of the chaos that had followed us for so long. Of course, it wasn't easy. Going back to my childhood home during the evidence-gathering process had been emotionally exhausting. The verbal abuse, the humiliation, it all weighed heavily on me. But that chapter is over now. The legal battles, the sleepless nights, the constant anxiety of wondering what Chris would do next, gone. The weight has lifted. I now feel a calmness I haven't known in years. With the compensation funds and emotional closure, we're preparing to hold the wedding we had postponed for so long. A real celebration this time, with only those who truly support and love us in attendance. No lies, no double lives, just love. Chris and Mackenzie, meanwhile, have built themselves a prison out of the consequences of their own actions. They tried to rewrite the rules, to skip over accountability, and now they're paying the price. I don't know if Chris ever truly loved Mackenzie, or anyone for that matter, but it doesn't seem to matter anymore. Whatever spark they once shared is long since burned out. I don't hate them, not anymore. What I feel is something closer to pity. Chris had a chance, so many chances in fact, and every time he made the wrong choice. He gambled with people's lives and hearts as though they were poker chips, and now he's bankrupt in more ways than one. As for me, I've chosen peace. My future is mine again. No more shadows of betrayal following me from room to room. No more questioning my worth or wondering what I could have done differently. I've learned that closure doesn't always come with apologies or perfect endings. Sometimes it comes in the form of watching someone who hurt you finally face the consequences of their actions, and realizing that you no longer care. You've moved on. And that, in itself, is the sweetest justice of all. In the weeks that followed, I found myself reflecting on how much had changed, not just externally, but within me. There was a time when I believed that forgiveness had to be spoken, that healing meant confrontation, or that I had to understand why people did the awful things they did. But I've come to understand that some questions don't need answers. Closure doesn't always come with a neatly tied bow. Sometimes walking away is the resolution. My days are filled with art again, painting, illustrating, even hosting a small weekend workshop for kids at the community center. It feels incredible to be creating beauty out of the same hands that once wiped away tears. There's something powerful in reclaiming your time, your energy, and your space. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.